number is somewhere there, up there. Rosie? Rosie? In case anybody, okay, there she is. In case anybody's interested in renting this place, it's brand new. They're still working on it. They got some great things, but they definitely are looking for more people to come during the week. I think all the weekends are almost booked. But anyhow, that's the lady to see if you're interested in renting this place. Anyhow, I'm going to have with the Coalition for Safe and Healthy Elgin. And first and foremost, I want to introduce the president of the coalition, Mr. Keith Goins. Keith.
Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Can everybody hear me? I'm not too good with these things. First of all, my name is Keith Goins. I'm the president of CC, the Coalition for Safe and Healthy Elgin. And our mission is to provide a safe and healthy community free of violence and substance abuse through education, awareness, and action. Okay. Why do I give my time to CC? It's like this. I'm giving away my age here. I saw this movie when I was a kid, The Guns Are Now Wrong. Guy's character name was Keith Malley, same first name. So anyway, he said, someone's got to take responsibility, the job's going to get done. And when he said that, as a child, he said it with such vehemence and such passion. Those words just got within my bone marrow. And it made me feel that whenever I saw the need for something to get done, I felt like I had to take responsibility for what I was going to do it. What CC is a collective of civic-minded individuals from all sectors of the community who volunteer their time, their leadership, their energies, their efforts, and their leadership to promote our agenda. I'm so thankful for the turnout and to have the opportunity to serve as president. And I wouldn't be a good president if I didn't try to increase our membership as well. So for those of you who do not know about CC, haven't heard about CC, please I encourage you to please look at our website, see the work that we do. You see some of the dances that we have. We're going to have our high school dance here. So anybody have a high school student in October, we're going to have a dance right here, okay? There's lots of parking around. Make sure to bring your kids here, all right? And you see some of the other things we do throughout the community as well. And I know we have a presentation to make, but I just want to ask everybody, if you have any extra time, please visit our website, look and see the work that we're doing with CC. And if you feel like you can contribute in any way, shape, fashion, or form, your time, your energies, just your love for the community. Please, I ask you to please come to our meeting in October, and you'll see the date and time for that on the website. Okay, without further ado, I know we have a presentation. I'd like to bring Bill back up so he can start things off. Anyway, thank you everybody for coming, and look forward to seeing you. Hopefully see you at the next meeting, okay?
Thank you, Mr. President. All right, so let's get started here. This is kind of a community update, and it's an update because, frankly, the Coalition for Safe and Healthy Elgin years ago was called the Elgin Gang and Drug Task Force, which some of you remember. We've since changed our focus, our funding. We've got a much better looking logo than last time, so, but the name's a little long, so we refer to it as C-She or Shay or whatever you want to call it. It's up to you. Really Cubans would love to shake a thing. All right, here we go. Jared, do you mind? Thank you, sir. Next slide.
Hold on.
There you go. That's our mission. We promote a safe and healthy Elgin, free of violence and substance use, through education, prevention, and action. The action part's really important. I think there's been a criticism in the past where, well, you know, you sit around and talk, you don't do it.
Is there a charger for this? Because it said the battery was low.
Specific items that need to be done within our fiscal year. So there's a lot that needs to be done, which is, of course, one of the reasons we would love your help. Next slide, please. Every day, 4,000 12 to 17-year-olds use drugs for the first time. That's a nationwide statistic, not an Elgin one. But that's our target audience. That's what we're trying to reach. We also do underage drinking, so it would extend to like 18 to 20 years as well. But that's primarily who we're trying to reach. Next slide, please. All right, from the first, let's be West, does this thing really work? Well, from the first, the most recent report for these DFC coalitions, they have seen, through all the communities they have them, a decrease in the last 30 days in all of these areas. So there's almost like 800 of these coalitions from New York and California and internationally, Puerto Rico and a few other places. And every community that has these coalitions do see a drop in those activities for the kids. So this stuff does work. That's the national. Next slide, please. Here's more local, more relevant for us. This is the alcohol rate. Now, the last 30 days, we saw a drop, not the last 30 days, but in the last 30-day standard measure. We saw a drop of 7% for middle school students that have used alcohol in the last 30 days. And that's comparing 2016 to 2018. Now, if you look at high school, their last 30-day usage rate didn't drop as much. All right, that kind of concerns us. We're doing okay over here, but the high schoolers somehow in the last 2 years, they're still kind of, they haven't done a great job with that. So our goal is to drop these numbers. To drop them by 5%, drop them by 3%. I mean, 1%, don't get me wrong, we'll take that +1 over a negative 10 every day of the week. But that's kind of our goal of the coalition. We want to drop the use of alcohol, opioids, and marijuana. Okay. Next slide, please. All right, here's our goal. I just mentioned it, 5% by 2020, opioids and alcohol. That's what we're trying to reach. Next slide. Well, here's our lovely Elgin, which you all are very familiar with. Next slide. I want to show you why this is important. There's this thing called the Heroin Highway up here on Route 90. And as you can see, we've got 3 major arteries that can reach Elgin, and it's usually through this, where a lot of the heroin, the fentanyl, the opioids are coming through. And it's easy to get through. And since from Washington, I was just talking to the coalition up in Janesville. Same problem. 90 goes right through there, they drop down, get back on, and back to Chicago. Next slide, please. So here's our roadmap. A lot of the more astute intellectuals call it the logic model. Logic models are a little boring for me. So this is kind of roadmap. That's basically where are we going? Next slide. This is our logic model. A little overwhelming, so let's go to the next slide. This tells you what the problem is. And the problem is underage drinking. Now, we have a logic model for all our substance abuse. This is just the alcohol one. So the problem is underage drinking. Next slide. The root cause, we identified 2. Social availability here in Elgin. Underneath there, you can't see, but those are all the stats that are used to support that. That's why that's a problem. And then, so you have social availability and you have favorable youth attitudes. Those are the root causes. That explains why is there an underage drinking problem. Next slide. This last one says, yeah, but why here? Why in Elgin? Why is that a problem here in Elgin? We've got 4 basic local conditions. Next slide. One of those is that youth are hosting parties at their houses. Number 2, family and community members, they're permitting youth to drink. Quinceañeras, graduation, they can almost encourage it oftentimes. Number 3, kids are posting about drinking parties on social media. Number 4, they're watching TV shows that kind of encourage it. So these are the 4 local conditions here that we're targeting specifically in addressing the underage drinking. Next slide, please. So here's some of the solutions. In other words, this is some of the things that we're trying to do about it. Next slide. We've got landlord training. Now, we've got, like I said, we've got 30 things that we do throughout the year. This is just a few community events. We do the Club Light. We have over 31 community partners. We go to meetings. We collaborate with them. We have opioid and Narcan training, as well as we have the bottleneck hangers. Next slide. I'll show you some pictures of all these. So this is our landlord training we did this year. We had an opportunity to collaborate with the Elgin Police Department, who let us come in there and talk to all the landlords, and we created this door hanger that basically said, dear renter or owner, whoever's going to get this thing, please be aware of the social hosting laws in Elgin. It's illegal to serve liquor to minors, there are penalties, et cetera, et cetera. So that just kind of reminds them, hey, you know what? Liquor's for you, good for the adults, not for kids. Next slide, please. We've got, this is one of our community events we did with the Elgin Police Department, the Gilboa Public Library. It was a summer kickoff, end of the school year, summer kickoff this year. Next slide. These are bottleneck hangers. We had these little things down here. We canvassed Elgin, liquor stores throughout Elgin, as well as Jewel and Osco, this summer with the lead kids that are part of the Brent's leadership group. And they just went around, with permission of course, and hung these on bottles, and basically it says the same thing as the other door hanger. It's just, hey adult, this is an adult beverage for adults. This is not for kids. Make sure that you safeguard it. Next slide. Opiate Narcan training, we did this back in January. We did opiates, just kind of introduction to it. And then afterwards, we actually train people how to use Narcan, which is helps those that have overdosed with a shot of Narcan and naloxone. You're able to basically save a life, which was critical. We had 30 people to do that. Next slide. This is kind of our signature event. It's the Club Light event. This is the middle school dance. If you all remember your middle school dances, we want to give these guys an event where they can kind of walk away from it saying, you know, that was a lot of fun. And we were high, we were drunk, there was no sex and no violence. And that's kind of the idea. Throughout the night, we have the Elgin Police Department's rope officers swap by. They talk to the kids, they dance with them. I mean, it's just a great time, a real positive event for them. We do it for both high school and middle schoolers. Next slide, please. So what are the community benefits of this kind of stuff? Well, typically, when we're able to lower those rates down, we do have less alcoholic poisoning, especially among the youngs. We have less traffic crashes, less property damage, disturbances, violence, and sexual assault. Those are just natural, less consequences of drinking and using drugs. Next slide, please. So it takes about $297,000 a year to continue making inroads and having a positive impact on those numbers. Pretty much almost half of that is in-kind federal match. So cash-wise is about half of that. Next. Funding, here's where we plan to get our funding from. Grants, fundraising events, endowments, that we can secure them. But right now we're doing a lot of in-kind contribution and asset sharing. Asset sharing is basically, you've got a conference room. You say, hey, you guys can use our conference room anytime you want. You know, that kind of thing. We share those kind of assets. Next slide, please. So here's our next step for the coalition this next coming year. We want to strengthen membership participation. We want to increase community-wide recognition, because to this day, people are like, who are you guys? We don't even know who you are. So we want to increase that recognition, which is why I like the small screen we're using today, so you really get the message. And we got it on your tables and everything. Last, we want to find additional partners. We're always looking for people to help with, collaborate with. Next slide, please. So there's two ways you can help. One, just give us 2 hours a month. Those are some of the things that you could do. We'd love to have your help here. You know, you can chaperone a dance for an hour or two. Great. You can administer one of our social media channels. Collect data. One of the ways we collect data is we do what they call environmental scans. We would give you a sheet. You'll go to a liquor store, let's say, and just look, see where the things are. Are they at kit level, eye level? Are there things behind the counter, in front of the counter? You just kind of scan the place with that eye of underage drinking and see if it flows, if it's not, does it encourage, that kind of stuff. So those are the kind of things that we do when it comes to collecting data and stuff. So next slide, please. And second, join our mailing list. Now, it's not a very big deal right now. All we're doing is sending meeting reminders. But our hope is that by you joining, you at least know when the meeting is, and you're able to come and join us and give us your thoughts. And the next meeting, you'll see it right there in your centerpiece. The green sheet will tell you it's in October coming up. Other than that, if you have any pressing questions, I'd be happy to answer them now. If not, I'll be